So I owe Leon Edwards I owe Belal Muhammad an apology. And now I owe him 2 apologies. What is it about this dude? What is it about this dude that we genuinely, sincerely can't remember his name? I literally just called Belal Muhammad Leon Edwards. And I have had actual realistic real life issues recently with remembering his name. It's been happening on stream. It's not like a funny thing. It's not like a little jokey joke that I'm writing and editing into videos. It's happening live in real time. I keep forgetting that. I shared it yesterday. I think it was in a video where I literally had to go, remember the name, because I couldn't remember his name. And then I was like, oh, and then it came to, I don't know what it is, and I apologize. Belal Benign Muhammad. I apologize. I owe him an apology. I'm sorry for forgetting your name, first of all. And now the other thing that I was initially making the video about. I made a video yesterday about Belal that I'm still proud of in a way, because I thought that I thought some good points were made. And I feel like the high percentage of the video I continue to stand by. However, you see, there has been a lot of talk and commentary and news and all that going on lately about Tomas Aspinall. This is bright today, bro. Why does this feel so bright? About Tomas Aspinall and his eyes and all the heartache around that. And out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere, Belal starts talking about his eye. And I jumped to a conclusion. And I've been spreading myself too thin lately. I've been trying to do different things. I have a new channel. I'm trying to put stuff on the Patreon and the membership. I'm trying to keep my streams up. I'm trying to start doing another couple things I haven't even mentioned yet. And I took an excerpt. I took it out of context. Kind of. I proof texted something. I took this little snippet and I put my own. You know what I did? I did the eisegesis instead of the exegesis, and that's my fault. I thought it was hilarious that Belal Muhammad got his eye poked over 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And then he goes on to win 6 fights in a row against legendary names. Big names. Fantastic resume. There's some dudes that are kind of getting up there and getting very, very close, if not all the way to getting title shots. And they got some bunk resumes, bro. Like people like Patty Pimblett. You look at their resume and it's like, are you kidding me, bro? But you look at Belal Muhammad, it's like, man, he was really building an impressive resume for himself. As much as people like to hate on him and make fun and stuff, he'd put in some good work after the eye poke, post eye poke. And he shouldn't have even had to fight that much, man. It's messed up how he got the runaround on his way back. He got done dirty during that fight just to get the runaround for like 5 more fights so he got his title shot. That was messed up. He's a good fighter. And I don't know if I have expressed this clearly before, because I'll make jokes and stuff because I have to do my best to be an equal opportunity offender, you know? But I like Belal Muhammad. I don't know if I've ever clearly stated that. I like him. I know it's like cool to make fun of him and put him down and stuff, but I like that dude. Even though I don't remember his name. That's not a bit. I forget his name, but I like him. And he went on to be victorious 6 times in a row after the eye poke. And then Suddenly he lost 2 back to back. And it's like, are you kidding me, bro? After the eye poke, you won 6 in a row, and then you lose 2 back to back, and now you're gonna start talking about how the poke affected you, trying to ride the wave with all the drama from Tomas Aspinall, and now you're trying to throw your eye into the ring as well and talk about eye pokes. And it was almost like if he was trying to get his last 2 losses overturned vivaciously through like the Aspinall drama. Like if he was trying to, I said it yesterday, like if he was trying to get those dudes disqualified by proxy or something. Like I don't know how he would reverse engineer it, but somehow he would get the strap back. And today, I was playing another couple videos and I heard more of the context. And it's like, as soon as I heard it, I realized I already knew this. How did I make this mistake yesterday? I watched the event. He was getting eye poked. By Ian Gary. And Ian Gary is, now, I believe I've stated this clearly. I don't care for Ian Gary. I don't like him. I genuinely dislike him. And I think he's fake. He's one of those guys that I feel would truly benefit more from turning full heel and embracing it. What he's doing right now is like what The Rock did back in the day, and kind of like Tomas Aspinall, and kind of like Dustin. I feel like there's certain guys that they have this weird inauthenticness to them, where it's like they think they're gonna get to a certain level or get embraced a certain way if they play the nice guy, and it's like, you're not that guy, dude. It's obvious that you're like, maybe you were like the jock in high school, maybe you bullied some people, maybe you were a jerk, maybe you were rough around the edges, and now you're trying to play, sparkling smile. Just embrace it. Go full heel. And usually, I feel like in most situations when you see the dudes do that, it works out for them. Because people respect it. It's like, hey, at least that's who he is. He's being true to himself now. And there's plenty of heels. There's probably more heels in life, just everyday life, than good people. People are scumbags. And they just put the veneer on because they don't want their coworkers, their bosses, their classmates, the whatever, to think that they're jerks. But Ian Gary, you can see what he was doing, like with Khamzat Chamoyev. He was trying to pretend that Chamoyev was trying to start stuff. Gary's the one that went over there smacking him on the back way harder than he should have ever been touching that dude. Then he doubles back around talking papas. He ain't going to do this and that. He ain't going to touch me, bro. And then he starts mouthing off directly to Chamoyev. Like, is everybody blind that watched that video? The people that are actually trying to make Chamoyev look bad and standing up for Gary, are they blind? I've heard of selective hearing. Is there selective viewing? Does that exist? It has to. But Gary was cheating. He poked Belal in the eye twice. He was getting warned. No points deducted, no nothing. And then I went back and I watched the fight with Muhammad and Edwards. And you know what I think is very weird? And I don't know if it's a legal thing. I don't know if it's an insurance thing. I don't know if it's an agenda, a bias thing. I don't know. But I feel like every time there's an eye poke in a UFC fight, it seems like every time, immediately, the commentators go, oh, accidental, for sure. Oh, for sure it was accidental. But, oh, boy, that was bad. But accidental. It was accidental, right? You guys heard that? It was accidental. But, wow, that was a bad one. However, it was accidental. Like, why do they do that? It's like, it's absolutely a narrative. Absolutely. It was weird how, when I watched it back right now, I think it was Bisping? No. I think it was DC that said something about, oh, the poke. Oh, yeah, he definitely poked him. And then Bisping is like, Oh, but it was accidental. And DC was like, oh yeah, for sure it was accidental. And it's like, why? Why does that matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. What you're doing by throwing in the word accidental, you're introducing relativism. You're introducing that's no different than if I go to Save Mart and I punch an old lady in the head and I go, oh, my bad. That was accidental. My bad. And then the cop is like, oh, he said it was accidental? All right, have a good day. You can't go through life like that. It doesn't work in reality. It doesn't work in real life. It shouldn't work in the cage because people are dishonest. People cheat. People take steroids. Jason Herzog, hey, cheating works, right? People cheat. Derek Lewis, I cheat. I'll hit people. I'll do an illegal strike just to get a breather. People cheat. Everybody knows it. They do that. Everybody's on steroids. Everybody knows everybody's on steroids. All right? Everybody cheats. Everybody knows everybody poke people in the eye, hit them in the groin. Cheating works. It's the same thing. And it should tell you a lot. It should tell you a lot when they're already programmed right off the bat to go, accidental. It was accidental. Make sure you know it was accidental. Me think is that was doth protest is too much it. They're trying too hard. The moment they have to go hard on the accidental. No. What's really going on right here? And when I was watching that fight, first of all, when you watch that fight compared to, and I know people keep talking, you can compare, you don't know how it feels. Who do you think you are? You can't read my, when you compare how that eye poke looked to Aspinall's, bro, look at Leon. Leon's eye looks all diseased and corroded and all messed. Oh, man. Anyway, when I was watching that fight with Muhammad and Edwards, like, I think it was his right hand, like 5 seconds before the eye poke, he extends his hand like clearly. It wasn't even like a pot. It was like, I'm gonna poke you. It seemed too focused. It's because you know how like when you're throwing, there's gonna be like a pop or you're gonna bring it back. This one seemed so like if you're throwing a dart, almost like more precision than just I'm gonna pop you and snap back. It was weird. I hope you could kind of visualize what I'm describing here. Instead of just like a pop and return, it was like a poke. You know, it has a different motion and intention. And he did that like 5 seconds before the fight ending poke with his right hand. And then you could see it get like, I don't know if he actually touched it or it got super close or what, but you could see Belal even go like, what the heck? And he kind of looked at him like, are you serious? You could see it clear as day. It was perfectly on Muhammad's face. And it wasn't like, oh snap, oh I almost got punched. It was like, okay. Like he noticed that for sure. And then a few seconds later with the left hand, and you know, I know like Mighty Mouse tries to justify it and stuff, and you know, probably everyone watching this, or at least the vast majority, has thrown kicks. I mean, I know hands tend to come up. I mean, when I kick, I don't do that for sure. I'll put this hand up as a check, and this one will most of the time come down, which I actually don't like. But I'll check with this one, and I'll have this one kind of down here for a point of origin kind of thing. I'll come up from the hip if I need to. But I know I don't organically kick like this. Like I'm not kicking like this, you know. So that narrative is also super weird to me. And Leon just stuck it out crazy. Like you would think if you're gonna kick, if you're throwing out your left leg for a kick, you want to put everything, you want to distribute your weight perfectly to put everything you have behind the torque of that kick. And you're gonna throw that off when you're too focused on your upper body going like this. I don't understand. That has to have the intention of a poke behind it. Because if you're rotating, if you're turning your hip over correctly, if you're rotating into that kick, it makes no sense to also be right here. You're diverting your interests that way. I'm saying all this to say that I made a video yesterday talking papas about Belal Muhammad. And it wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't him trying to ride the wave of the Tomas Aspinall thing and talk about the eye poke from over 4 years ago, which was terrible. And Edwards is a dirty vato for that. It was about the fact that Ian Gary is a dirty, rotten cheater as well. He's taking out his frustrations in the cage, his home life. I mean, I could go on. I won't. Ian Gary's a dirty vato. And Belal Muhammad continues to get burned at every turn, at every corner. And I feel bad for the dude. And I mean, the least I could do, I can't make it better. I can't give him his strap back. I can't change the eye poking rules for him. But the least I could do going forward is try to remember that fool's name.